Today is Monday, January 20th, 2020, and this is Journal 1 of Spring 2020 semester. So this journal asks me to reflect on my past in the athletic training program, and as I reflect, to think about what I'm going to be bringing with me into my last semester, this semester. Thinking about what I've been through and what I've overcome, something that I'm definitely taking with me this semester is all the confidence that I've gained, as well as the knowledge of everything that I've learned. I think that a big thing was me not feeling confident because I feel like I didn't know enough to be confident. I am past that point. I think that I have all the skills and tools and knowledge that I need to be confident in what I think when assessing or planning or conversing about things in the athletic training realm. I think another thing that I'm taking with me into this last semester is the patience that I've gathered from the last couple of years. In comparison with other programs that are undergraduate and bachelor's, as our program is, I found that in the beginning I was frustrated because they were different, but I guess at the end of last year, so spring 2019, I thought about it again, and I was lucky and thankful to be in this program that was close. I guess I felt like I was in a tight-knit community and I wasn't just a student, just a number, not only at the College of Emory and Henry, but also just in our athletic training program. It is fast-paced because there's a lot of information, but I have a voice and I can have my own opinions, and that was very evident early on, and I'm so thankful for that. So that idea gives me a lot of respect for the people that have been through this program, as well as are still teaching us as this program comes to an end, and my time here comes to an end. So I bring that respect and that responsibility and the professionalism that I've learned from not only classmates, but also professors and preceptors that I've been under have taught me a lot. So I bring that into my last semester. The next question is, what are my fears? I've always feared the future, as well as fearing an unknown path or an unfinished path. I have a plan, but thinking in the future, if that plan doesn't work, I fear I won't know what to do. As far as I graduate with a bachelor's of science. Some people this year will graduate with a master's in athletic training. That makes me fear that there will be some aspects in the real world when it comes to being an athletic trainer making me feel inadequate because I don't have a master's. And I know that that's totally attainable. but programs are different, and I guess companies want different things from people who apply. I just worry within the next couple years, up to like probably 5 to 7 years, that my degree won't be enough or my certification won't be enough, because people are graduating with masters instead of a bachelor's now, because that's the normal. I also fear the continuing shortage of athletic trainers in this area of Washington County. They have a couple that cycle through schools each day, each week, and I think that fears me, because I think that leads to burnout, and it also leads to athletic trainers wanting to be paid more for seeing more patients or covering more events because they have more schools, and then programs not being able to pay because budget reasons or things like that. So those are my fears at the moment. I'm sure that there are more as the semester goes on. The next question is, what excites me about this phase of the journey? I'm excited to sit for the BOC as well as to graduate, but I'm also scared to do both of those things as well, because that brings another journey. Like, my 4 years here is a journey, and that journey would be ending, and this has been my home for 4 years, but I'm excited to see what's next. I am also excited to see during this last little phase of my time here what athletic trainers are capable of. As far as people graduating with masters, new research coming out, I'm also excited to be at the point where I'm certified and taken more seriously. I know that people on campus do take me seriously now, but other healthcare professionals will start to take me more seriously because I'm not a student anymore. So that's really exciting. The next question is, how will this change my approach to my clinical and classroom experiences? It's definitely going to be bittersweet doing my last clinical rotation I've started this week. And many people have asked me how I feel about being in my final semester, and I just keep saying that it hasn't hit me yet. And I don't know when it will. But with my fears and, what I'm excited about, I think that it'll definitely change the way that I come into the classroom, because I want to learn as much as I can before I'm certified, before I graduate, before I leave Emory and Henry. As far as what I'm excited about, I've definitely already been keeping up with legislation, things that are trying to go through, always advocating ourselves and, my preceptors and the people who have been teaching me that we are healthcare providers as much as people don't want to think we are. So definitely living that truth as I have been. I want to keep doing that. Also, as this program ends, I still am encouraging younger classmates that I've come in contact with that have questions about what are they gonna do now. And I just say that there's a lot of other programs, and that their background here will help them, in any other program. It doesn't have to be this program. There are a lot of other resources and things like that. As well as talking to people who want to do two different things. They want to do athletic training and they want to do something else along with that, which is totally fine. Just cheering people on, really. I felt like in the last year, athletic training has lost its popularity just because of people adding more school to obtain an athletic training degree to sit for your exam, as well as an economical standpoint. People worry about money. Everyone worries about money. But I think that if you love where you're at and you love what you're doing, money doesn't always have a large play. And just, I keep living that and telling people that are interested. People that ask me why I do athletic training, tell them exactly that. So the last question is, what goals am I setting for myself? This was hard to come up with a couple goals because I feel like for my first year and a half, some of my goals stayed the same because things weren't changing in me. And I think that I don't like change, so I wasn't allowing it to happen. So the goals that I came up with are things that I think that are super important for me to have under my belt when I graduate, and have my own patients and I'm certified. My first one is I plan to complete at least 3 patient injury evaluations to gain more experience and just to learn the ins and outs of documenting and communicating with other healthcare providers, as far as protocols and things like that. And I'm going to work on that this whole semester. The second goal I have is I will use and execute my O&A skills weekly to perfect the understanding of all realms of that. O&A is large in the sense that there's a lot that falls into O&A, and I'm lucky that there are some hours that I can sign up for that can allow me to just devote my time to O&A things. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. But I think that's really important. Being in if anyone is in a setting where, they don't have other people around them and that you're the only contact in that program, then you have to learn to do O&A things on your own. And I want to be confident in that. After having it last semester, I feel like I have a good understanding, but actually using those skills, I think will help me have a better understanding. My last goal that I set for myself was to administer at least 2 rehab plans a week, just to increase my knowledge of injury healing, protocols, planning, communicating, and documenting, as well as testing. I think that I've done a lot of rehab plans, and I've done a rehab project which involved testing to a sense of strength testing, things like that, but just for one patient. I want to get more comfortable with testing with all other types of injuries, so I'm definitely going to stick my head in and try to get some of those to make me feel more comfortable with testing and the rules for testing and trying to progress through a rehab plan. I think that it's going to be a little bit difficult trading off from basketball to softball or basketball to baseball, just because I'm not going to be with a specific team, so their trust may not be totally in me. I hope that I get to the point this semester where they trust me enough to where I can test them, as well as, giving their rehab plans and things like that. I think all three of those are really important to what I need after graduation, as well as things that I don't think that I've totally perfected. Injury evaluations, my issue with that is that I continue to be kind of slow. I want to get a little faster, and trust my gut feelings. So that's why I added that one in first. But, so there's a lot to journal on. So yeah, so there are my fears, what I'm excited about, what I'm bringing into this semester, and my goals. So yeah.